Coastal Radio DAB.
Coastal Radio DAB here on this Friday, May the 9th. Scott Gallagher here with you on the Drive Time show. Very happy to say we're here at Blackpool Victoria Hospital celebrating all things blue skies. We've got two guests to speak to today. First, we're going to be speaking to Lynn Peat. We know Lynn from back in Radio Wave days. She used to work there, but she's now community fundraiser here at Blue Skies. Lynn, a very good afternoon. How are you?
Hello, Scotty. I'm very well, thank you. I hope you are.
Oh, I am. Now, listen, what is it you do here at Blue Skies? Because you are the happiest. You've looked after us today, no end. You've got everyone in for interviews, but you just do an amazing job. What is it actually you do here at Blue Skies?
So, my role is community fundraiser, as you quite rightly say. So, I say I've probably got the best job, or one of the best jobs in the world, the entire world, because I get to look after and work alongside our phenomenal fundraisers. They are amazing people that do incredible things for people that they've never, ever met in their life. And to me, that is one of the most selfless things that anybody can ever do for anybody else, because they're raising money for our future patients. So, as I say, they're people that they've never met before. So, and also, you might have seen me out and about in my little vehicle with the Bobby Bear on the side. I'm up and down the roads, out visiting our fantastic businesses who have our collection box. So if any of their customers pop along to make the little purchases and they've got a little bit of loose change, they pop it in our donation tin, and then I go out and collect it all up, and it all goes towards the charity funds.
So there you go. She's not a strange lady just driving around with a bear in a car. She's actually doing some good across Blackpool, Wyatt and Fylde. Lynn, you just said it there, and it's the first time that I've ever thought about it. It's people raising money for people they have never met before, and that's so important, isn't it?
It is. I always say I go out and I do talks at the WIs, at the Masons, the Freemasons, the NFUs, the National Farmers Unions, and I always end my talks by saying the next person that we could be raising money for is any of us. Any of our lives can turn on a sixpence. We don't know. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we've still all got a long way to go yet. But it could be simply anybody at all.
Absolutely amazing. One lady who was here at Blackpool Victoria Hospital for a few reasons is the next lady I'm going to speak to is Diane Maudsley. Diane, a very good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent news. Now, you firsthand have dealt with all the doctors here at Blackpool Victoria Hospital. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, in October 2019, my son became ill and lost all his energy. We didn't know what was wrong with him. It was only for like 2 weeks before he was diagnosed. Took him to the doctors and he was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which was going to be treated at Blackpool Hospital. And he near enough immediately came into Blackpool Hospital in the haematology ward and was cared for by the absolutely amazing staff in this hospital. While he was here from October to the end of January. Cared for very well, and they got rid of the leukemia in his blood, but then he had to go to Manchester for a stem cell transplant, and that's when it all unfortunately went wrong for us, that we lost Tom. But his memory is going on through the work we do with Blue Skies and the haematology ward here. We, every year in May, from the 1st of May to the end of May, myself, my daughter, Tom's dad, and our amazing friends and people that we don't even know really, like Lynn said, donating money to a charity to help the people on the ward. So everything we raise goes to the haematology ward. We've painted murals on walls because Tom was in a beautiful room that was painted, and it did make a difference to his mental health because it gave him strength and he could see it all bright and nice. So we've made most of the rooms. The nurse was just telling me there's only a couple more rooms to be done. We've bought 9 CAD pumps that patients can now take chemotherapy home with them instead of stopping in hospital. Amazing. So that saves money through the hospital as well because they're not having the resources in the hospital, they're taking it all home with them, which is fantastic. And then there's a Rosemere house just around the corner that we have put money towards buying patient chairs, redecorating it and making it all pretty for their patients to go in with the family.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. And you just touched on it then. It's not always about raising money for equipment, is it? It's about raising money for making, the unit, whichever unit any patient may be in here at Blackpool Victoria Hospital, it's about making it feel like a home from home. We've heard that phrase before, and it really does help patients' mental health and families' mental health, doesn't it?
Yeah, the consultant at first, he's a really nice guy. We call him Paul because we got first name terms with him. He's such a lovely man, and he loved Tom to bits, and even told him to go and get a glass of red wine one day because he was feeling really under the weather. So we did. We took him for some red wine. When we first said, the first thing we did was paint the murals on the wall. When we first did that, he said, "Why are you raising money to do this?" I said, "Because that's what Tom wanted." So I said, "We want to start with what Tom wanted." I said, "And then we want to move on for that and hopefully move further and get bigger and better things in time," which we have done. We didn't actually think we would still be doing it now. It's 5 years in 2 weeks since we lost Tom, but we will continue doing it because it keeps Tom's memory alive. We do a golf charity day and a ladies' evening, which are both fantastic days. All his friends and family come to these events, and it keeps he'll always be alive to me, but it keeps him alive to everybody else, and he's out there still hearing his name.
I heard a story before from Lynn, actually. She was telling me about gorgeous Tom, and she said that one of his last words, he said to you, "Just do anything you can to keep Blue Skies going," and that is what you've been doing. And I also heard before that you have raised over the past 5 years over £60,000 for Blue Skies. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. My daughter was the main pushing person for it at the beginning because she really struggled. Well, we've all struggled, but she really struggled losing a brother. Because people ask how the parents are, but not many people ask how the sibling is. And to me, it affected her a lot more than us because we have our friends and our families and everything, but she only had one sibling, and she misses him so much. So doing this did really help her mental health. And the things that she does, she was a school teacher, but now she makes things for a living, which she started through the lockdown and rainbows through blue skies, and it's moved on from there.
Diane, it's an absolutely fantastic story. You're amazing, your family's amazing, Tom's amazing. It's just brilliant what you've been doing, and it's not very often I say this as a radio presenter. It is an absolute privilege to talk to you today. It really is. Thank you so much for joining us. That was Diane, who has really felt firsthand what a difference Blue Skies can make here at Blackpool Victoria Hospital.
Coastal Radio DAB.